The German soldier gestured something with his hands. The boy was confused, but the next moment, the soldier pried open the boy's mouth and shoved the muzzle of a 9.8K rifle into the boy's mouth. The vicious Nazi soldier pulled the trigger without hesitation. Hearing the gunshot, the mother turned to look but was forcibly driven away by the Germans because they wanted to send the young women to entertain the officers while the remaining elderly and children were all shot dead unknown to them. This cruel scene was witnessed by Soviet guerrillas hiding nearby. Seeing the slaughtered compatriots, Captain Sharapov's heart was cut like a knife, wanting to rush out and kill these beasts, but was forcibly stopped by his teammates' reckless actions. Would only waste lives to kill the Germans. They had to be smart. They guessed there must be German soldiers around. After searching, they did find the enemy, so they decided to ambush from behind. A flying dagger stabbed sharply into the Germans' back. The remaining two Germans had just reacted when they were stabbed dead by the Soviets. The guerrillas quickly surrounded this place, but found a German radio operator still hiding in the car. The radio operator took out a photo from his pocket, hoping the captain would spare him for his mother's sake, but when Sharapov remembered the Germans' actions, he decisively killed him. Crossing the forest, the guerrillas discovered a log cabin. After observing there was only one old grandma inside, so Sharapov decided the squad could rest here briefly. Seeing it was their compatriot, the grandma warmly welcomed them. The guerrillas finally had a full meal. Then a soldier lifted the room divider and saw a horrific sight. The soldier vomited in fright and panic. Another soldier accidentally dropped his badge on the dining table, thus bringing disaster upon the old lady. The grandma said the row of corpses inside were all her family. They were all killed by the Germans because she was too old and weak to bury them. Afterwards, the guerrillas helped bury the dead. Then they heard the roar of approaching vehicles. Everyone hurriedly retreated from the back door. Before leaving, the grandma insisted the soldiers take some potatoes. Soon the Germans came to search the cabin for Soviet soldiers. A German found lots of potato skins and a left-behind badge on the table, determining Soviet soldiers had been harbored here. The grandma was scared. Senseless, the officer signaled a soldier with one look, then turned to leave. A soldier understood and cruelly stabbed the grandma to death. By now the guerrillas had escaped into the woods again. On a hillside they discovered a few suspicious log cabins. To be safe, Sharapov went to investigate alone and found several Soviets had been killed. Just then the crunch of a German stepping on a branch alerted Sharapov. He took out a grenade and pulled the pin, throwing it behind the cabin. The German soldier was blown away. Sharapov took the chance to escape, but the explosion alerted a large group of Germans who released several dogs to chase him. While escaping, Sharapov was knocked down the hillside by the hunting dogs. At the critical moment, he pulled out a dagger and stabbed the black dog, but before he could recover, the Germans behind already had guns aimed at him. Sharapov pretended to surrender, then suddenly turned and knocked the German down. Sharapov tried to strangle him, but the German soldier was no pushover. He firmly gripped Sharapov's face and gouged his thumbs into his eyes. Just as his eyes were about to pop, Sharapov grabbed the gun on the ground and unloaded bullets into the German's waist. Before he could get up, another bullet came from behind. He grabbed the gun and quickly killed the German. Sharapov finally saved himself, having narrowly escaped death. Sharapov regrouped with his squad, then quickly fled from there. Just when everyone thought it was safe and was about to rest, bullets suddenly came one after another. Everyone had to flee. Again, the soldier in the back unfortunately was also hit. Sharapov looked at his fallen comrade, though extremely reluctant for the safety of the other comrades. He had no choice but to keep fleeing forward. They came to a swamp. Everyone proceeded carefully with wooden sticks. Luckily all went well. While the pursuing Germans didn't dare advance, the guerrillas finally got out of danger. Just then a German plane appeared in the sky and dropped countless leaflets saying if they surrendered they could eat well and live well. Seeing the tempting conditions, one soldier decided to defect and betray his country.